What's up, everybody? Welcome to 3D Rivals, the podcast where we talk about comic books and movies and everything in between. My name is Darren, aka DJ Shadow, and I am joined by my two siblings. That was almost perfect. I am joined by my two siblings. My brother, Derek.
What's up, Whip?
What?
I was trying to say what's up, everybody. It didn't come out.
What's up? No, that wasn't even close. Okay, and I'm joined by my sister, Danielle. So, this past week, Captain Marvel came out in theaters. If you heard my review of it, you had some of my thoughts, but now we're going to discuss it on the podcast. But of course, we always start with the news for the week. And of course, we're going to talk about a little bit about Captain Marvel in the news. So apparently on Saturday, Brie Larson showed up at a theater and surprised fans. She served some popcorn to some fans before going into the theater itself to watch the movie.
All she gave away was popcorn?
Like, no, she was like behind the counter serving popcorn.
She was serving popcorn, so it wasn't free. You still had to pay for it.
If Brie Larson gave me some popcorn, I would not recognize her.
Yeah, probably not. Well, no, since Captain Marvel is coming out, like, now, I probably would now, because her face has been all over everything.
Nope.
She do, but she has just a regular face, though. So I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. I've seen some interviews where she seems like a cool person, I guess. Yeah.
I'm just saying I wouldn't recognize her.
Yeah, okay.
She would have to have a shirt, but like, I am Brie Larson. And I still be like, who?
Anyhow, I think that's pretty awesome to have, for her to show up and like watch the movie with the fans. It's pretty cool. That probably made some people's day. Didn't think you'd go to the theater and see the star of the movie. So, hey.
I mean, like, give me Chris Hemsworth or somebody.
I think they've done it before too.
I'm just saying. Like,
They may have.
I would rather.
No, okay. Of course you would rather Chris Hemsworth. Of course. Everybody can't look like Chris Hemsworth. And then speaking of the movie, as of now, the last I've seen worldwide, it's made $455 million.
Wow, that's
worldwide.
Pretty good. How much in the US?
Okay.
I think the US was, I don't know. It was like 100 something. I don't remember. I only copied down the worldwide number, so. But still, it was still pretty good for the U.S. I think it's projected to make a 160 domestic.
Does it?
Yeah.
That's not a lot.
160?
If she already made 100 this weekend. So she only
No,
gonna make...
not overall. Opening weekend.
Oh, I was like, what are you talking about? How is that a lot? Okay.
Sorry, 160 opening weekend. I'm like, what do you mean that's not a lot?
Okay. Gotcha.
So, the hype for this movie is real, and despite people's attempts to damage the movie, of course, it didn't work. I don't know why they do it. It doesn't work with any movie. It didn't work with Star Wars, and it didn't work with, what was the other movie? Oh, was it Ghostbusters they did? I think it was.
I think it was.
Yeah. So.
And it's not going to work with Men in Black. International.
Oh, yeah. They were mad about Men in Black, too, aren't they?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, boy.
Whatever.
I think it's still going to make money.
I'm still going to see it.
Yeah, it looks pretty awesome to me. When does Men in Black come out?
July? Maybe?
Okay.
I can find out for you guys.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, I mean, that movie looks pretty awesome, and Captain Marvel looks good. A lot of the critics are, excuse me, I've seen kind of have a agreed consensus on the movie. So I don't know. It's probably going to hold up over through the next 2 weekends, but I don't know if it's going to last like a super long time, like some of the other movies. But I mean, it's already at $500 million, so that's crazy.
Technically, it only needs to last 3 more weeks.
True. Yeah.
Because then by that time, you're
That's true.
transitioning to your height for Endgame.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Endgame. Buy your tickets
Yeah,
now.
makes sense.
Buy your tickets for Endgame now.
Yeah, because this is gonna be a wrap.
Oh boy.
The date for Men in Black International, June 14th, 2019.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Oh, that's not that far away either. We only have one trailer for it, right?
Yeah, just the one.
Should probably get another one soon. All right, let's talk Suicide Squad. So,
Oh, what's going on with them now?
as we know, James Gunn is doing Suicide Squad now,
Yes.
and Will Smith is out as Deadshot.
We didn't talk about this last week.
No, but
He got replaced with Idris, right?
yeah, he got replaced with Idris. Did we talk about that last week?
No, we did not.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, maybe I just read it
Oh.
last week.
Yeah, because I don't think that came out until this week.
Are you sure?
Maybe. If we're repeating this, I'm sorry, but Will Smith has been replaced by Idris Elba. I'm pretty sure we did.
I think we may mention that Will Smith could be replaced,
We might have mentioned
but
it.
we didn't say who. We did mention that, but we didn't say who for sure.
Okay. Well, if we did mention it, it's being mentioned again, but there's some more information.
All right.
He said he's going to include King Shark and somebody called the Polka Dot Man. Don't know who that is.
I don't know who King Shark is.
Oh, you don't know who King
I know.
Shark is?
I know who King Shark is.
It's like a shark man.
He's I think he's Superboy's villain.
Is he?
But yeah, I think so. But of course, he got picked up in the Batman canon.
Yeah, he was on the Flash TV show.
Yeah, yeah.
All CGI, actually pretty good for CW. But
Why is he? Is he a shark?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Shark?
with legs and arms.
That's the dumbest.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
But did you watch?
Yep.
You watched Lego Batman? They named his villains. You know how stupid some of his villains are.
Yeah, King Shark is part of the Suicide Squad, and he first appeared in Superboy 4 in 1994.
Wow, that was back when Superboy was lame.
And he's not lame now.
Connor Kent is pretty sweet.
His powers suck.
Who cares? He's awesome.
Okay.
He doesn't have that stupid jean jacket and sunglasses anymore.
He wears a t-shirt.
It's an awesome outfit. T-shirt and jeans.
That's red
Sorry.
and black.
Yeah, red and black T-shirt. Can't
That's
be red
dope.
And black, yeah.
Both of y'all. It's ridiculous. Okay.
Then yeah, Polka Dot Man. That reminds me of the Spot from Spider-Man. Anybody remember that?
Oh, I do remember that.
Y'all lost me.
But you don't know about the Spot, the guy who can like take the spots off his costume and make like dimensions and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's like he wears a white costume with black spots.
You keep explaining this, and I keep not knowing what you're talking about.
Okay. Well, I don't know what the Polka Dot Man is, but it makes me think of Marvel's The Spot.
Okay.
Also, it has a working title. It's called El Dorado. I have no idea what that's about, but
Right, because then the dude with fire died.
What they got to do with El Dorado?
yeah, that was Diablo.
Oh, right.
Goodness.
Okay.
What? El Dorado is the mystery city of gold, like in Mexico or something. Some. Okay. Also, rumor is that James Gunn wants Dave Bautista to be in the movie too. My question is, can he do that?
I don't know. Does
Oh.
Marvel have something against people being in DC movies?
I'm not sure, because Digimon Han Solo, or Jaimin Hansu for everybody who doesn't know who that is. He's Korath in Guardians of the Galaxy and in Captain Marvel. He was the voice of one of the characters in Aquaman.
Yeah.
Right. But he might not come because he's not a main character.
Yeah, so I don't know what his
And
contract
then
is
you
like.
figure Guardians of the Galaxy is almost over.
True.
And I don't
Well,
I mean,
we don't know when 3's coming out, though.
Either way, you figure he only got one more movie.
Okay. So, yeah, maybe it's allowed. I don't know. I was just thinking, like, I didn't know if they could go back and forth.
I mean, I'm pretty sure RDJ can't.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if DC wants to pay RDJ.
But I'm saying, like, people like him and, like, Chris Evans, they probably have, like, you can't do this.
Right.
Yeah.
What's that guy? I was about to call him Drax, but that's not his real name.
With Dave Bautista?
Yeah. They might not care as much.
Yeah. I mean, if they get him, I guess you can make him King Shark. That seems
Yeah.
Make him a giant shark man. Why not? But anyhow, I don't know. It sounds like James Gunn might do a better job at this than what they've been doing. DC does seem like they're turning around a bit. Shazam doesn't look that bad. It looks pretty good actually, and Aquaman was better than most other things they've put out. So maybe they're making a little bit of a turnaround. It looks like.
I mean, hopefully, I really want to like these movies.
Yeah, I mean, give me some good DC movies. Yeah. I'll be glad. That actually, I think that would help, and then people could stop saying, "Oh, we're tired of Marvel." You know,
what? You beat up people like somebody, they're tired of Marvel movies, and I'm like, stop watching it.
Yeah, the people that complain, yeah, and it's like obviously audiences aren't tired of Marvel movies because they keep making more and more money.
I just feel like you tired of these movies that you took the time to read an article and then comment on it. Like, why are you wasting your time if you don't like it?
They have nothing better. Right. They don't have nothing better to do.
No.
Some people just live to complain.
True.
Yeah. Well, it's easy to complain on the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Shazam, we just mentioned that, so why not talk about it? It looks like it's getting a good response from the first viewers of the movie, so everybody seems to like it. Just as always, these first views I always want to take with a grain of salt. I mean, even the Marvel movies, take the first view with a grain of salt, because remember, Batman v Superman got a standing ovation in its first viewing with
who was in that audience?
The shareholders.
Oh, well, duh.
So I always take that with a grain of salt. I say wait till the reviews like that come out like a week before the movie's out and then do that. But anyway, if you want to see a movie, forget about the reviews and just go see it and make your judgment for yourself. Disney has come out and said that they're going to continue to release movies under Fox's banner, so that name isn't going to change at all.
Okay. Is there a reasoning for that?
Yeah. Remember how we talked last week and how they were saying in order for them to release certain movies that Disney wouldn't take, even the PG-13 ones?
I got you.
So Fox is still going to be Fox, but it will release the movies that Disney doesn't want to.
Okay. All right. That makes sense then.
Do you have some thoughts over there, Danielle?
I just feel like it's silly. Like, I feel like Disney, if they want to release a rated R movie, go ahead.
No, they have core family values.
But my thing is, don't take your family to go see it.
True, but they don't want their name associated with it, I guess.
Yep. Okay. Disney has a standard that they have to uphold.
Okay.
Yeah, and everybody doesn't know that Disney's acquiring Fox. Like, the average Joe doesn't care, doesn't know. So,
okay.
I mean, hey, it's the thing. Don't look at me. That's just the reason why they're doing it.
It's so silly to me.
Well, what did you want them to change the name to?
I'm just saying, don't change anything. I just feel like if Disney wants to release a movie that's not family appropriate, they have every right to. And then, I mean, the ratings and the things alone will tell you that, oh, this isn't for my kids, and they can't go see it.
Yeah.
Hey, Disney all about making money. And if they feel that this is going to hurt, then they're going to come up with a way where it doesn't hurt.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It's funny you mentioned the ratings because I do work with someone, and she was like, "Oh, who looks at ratings?" And she was like she was at home with her kids, and you know, there's a movie out called Sausage Party, and it's animated.
Okay.
And she said she started watching it and had to turn the movie off because it's an adult movie.
Yes.
Right.
It's rated R, and it explains why. And because you know they always on Netflix it explains why movies are rated what they are. So people don't look at ratings apparently. I mean, judging from this, people don't look at ratings. She just saw an animated movie and was like, okay, yep, kids can watch it. And it's like, I don't know why you would have that idea because there is so much animated stuff out that's not for children. But
yeah.
So with that mentality, you're going to get people that just sees that this movie is made by Disney and it says Disney's whatever. And they're going to be like, oh yeah, let's take the kids to go see it. And they're not going to pay attention to a rating. Why?
Yeah. And then that in turn is going to hurt Disney because you're going to have people complaining about that. Yeah. Well, it was like, well, this was a Disney film and yeah.
Yeah. Well, look at Deadpool. People took their kids because it was a superhero movie, not paying attention to the rating of the movie.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. It doesn't make sense. You know, you should look at the rating. I mean, if not for yourself, you should look at the rating. If there's some stuff you yourself don't want to see what's in the movie before you go watch it. That's why they have the rating system.
Yeah. It's like now as an adult, I read more about what a movie is and what it's about before I go see it. More so now than I did before.
Yeah. IMDb even breaks down why the movie is rated why it is. Like, it will say, there's a scene with this in it, and there's a scene with that in it. And
yeah, because it could be a PG-13 movie, and you can be like, you know, I'm not feeling that.
Yeah.
You know? So, it's like you pay attention to the rating, but you should also read up on the movie as well to see if this is something that you feel comfortable watching or if it's appropriate for you to watch.
So these are the reasons that Disney is doing this.
Because people don't read. Basically, long story short, to bring this all in, people don't read.
Okay. I mean, listening to that logic, okay, I see what they're doing. Like, I look at ratings and I don't care, but I always look at what is rated and why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey. Yep.
Okay.
Clark Gregg, that's Agent Coulson. He said that season 7 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is the last season.
I thought we knew that already.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because season 6 was supposed to be last.
Well, season 6 is coming out. And it got renewed for season 7. So
season 7,
no, he said that in an interview. Yeah. And, like, ABC did not release that. He just said that he was shooting the last season.
Yeah. So that's why I'm like, I don't know. Yeah. But if it is, I think that's well deserved. After season 7, I didn't want it to go when they were trying to get rid of it. Mm-hmm. But I think after you have 7 seasons, that generally that's a good spot.
I think 5 years makes it for a successful show.
Yeah.
And I think 70 years of a Marvel superhero show is pretty good.
That's pretty good. Plus, you know, I think they're probably moving Marvel TV to Disney Plus. Mm-hmm. So I don't think we're gonna get a lot of shows out anymore. Like you're probably gonna keep Runaways on Hulu, or they might move that to Disney Plus. Honestly,
there's no reason to.
Yeah. And then you have Cloak and Dagger on Freeform. So other than that, I don't think there's any more Marvel TV. Marvel MCU TV.
Okay, so Legion doesn't count, but Legion's about to end anyways.
Yeah, they said season 3 is the last season of Legion. And then Gifted, we don't know if that's going to continue. I mean, they left a cliffhanger we'll see what happens. So pretty cool. Apparently, Disney's making a Maleficent 2.
Why?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I saw that this week.
What
The
story are you telling?
Isn't that the Wicked Witch from Snow White?
Sleeping Beauty.
Sleeping Beauty.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I don't. Why? I don't know. Like, why are they making these movies?
I don't know.
Because they have nothing better to do. You already told the Sleeping Beauty story, so you got to talk it from the viewpoint of the evil
Oh, the
person.
Wicked Witch.
Well, that was Maleficent 1.
Was she another witch in another story?
Kingdom Hearts?
I
meant
don't know. Right.
She's not Sleeping Beauties or Rapunzel's or something.
No, I don't know.
Right.
I mean, I didn't
Was
watch
it the same villain?
So I don't know what they're gonna do. But I just saw they're releasing it. I'm kind of like,
I mean, what I don't understand that if it's Sleeping Beauty, because okay, Sleeping Beauty is that she had her finger on the spindle.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so if you came out with one, how can you have a part 2?
It's not about Sleeping Beauty.
It's about Maleficent.
It's about, yeah.
Okay.
It's about the witch.
Okay.
So,
All right. So what? She's trying to make somebody else fall asleep. I'm. She's going after the prince now.
I don't know. I don't think I've seen this movie, so I can't say.
yeah, I didn't see the first one, so I don't know how it ended. I don't know. I'm not going to see Maleficent 2. So yeah. Angelina Jolie's
just trying
still on board.
All right. So she's still playing the same character.
Yes, Maleficent.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. I don't understand the question.
No question. We can move on.
Sherlock Holmes is coming out with a third movie.
Oh, I was about to say, oh my God, is it coming back?
No, not Sherlock.
Okay,
Sorry.
Sorry.
That would be awesome, but I think Benedict's a little busy, I guess. Although they do wait like 5 years in between seasons. I don't know why.
Okay, Sherlock Holmes' third movie.
Yeah, with Robert Downey Jr.
That was my question.
Yeah.
And Jude Law.
Was it Jude Law?
That was Jude Law, wasn't it?
Oh, it's been a while since I've seen these. I don't know.
No, that wasn't Jude Law.
Jude Law wasn't Watson? Yes, it was.
I'm looking it up.
Well, it's being released December of 2021, so that's actually a really long time from now. 3 years, basically.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. A little less than 3 years. But okay. So, I mean, I saw one of the Sherlock Holmes movies, and I thought it was decent.
It's Jude Law.
I guess y'all was right. It is Jude Law.
Actually, those are good movies.
Yeah.
They're really good movies.
Yeah, so I might be on the lookout for this in 2021. See how it turns out.
Yeah.
Going back to Disney, because they're in the news everywhere now, since they own our lives, apparently.
Everything.
There's a Cruella movie coming out.
Why? It's just 101 Dalmatians.
So we just gonna skip over the 101 Dalmatians.
That's what it would be.
Yeah. So instead of making a live action 101 Dalmatians, it's...
We already had our live action on 101 Dalmatians.
Oh, we did. That's why they're not redoing it, and they're doing Cruella.
How could you do that without the dogs?
Who said they're not going to be in the movie?
Then it's 101 Dalmatians.
Don't look at me. I'm not a Disney executive. I don't know. I'm not sure why they're making these villain movies, but like, no. I say no. Look, Disney has been falling a little bit short on their side movies. Like A Wrinkle in Time.
Yeah.
That was a load of crap. My wife made me watch that the other day, and I was like,
oh, you actually wanted to see that?
No, I didn't want to see it.
Oh.
I mentioned my wife made me watch the movie. And served its purpose is why I didn't want to see it, because it wasn't good. Yeah, they haven't been hitting it. And to me, Jungle Book was kind of boring. Like, I fell asleep during it.
It's exactly like a cartoon.
I didn't want to watch it.
And I was not a fan of the cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't either.
So, and we'll see how Aladdin and Lion King does. But yeah, I don't think they're hitting it out of the park on these. And Maleficent and Cruella doesn't seem like good moves to me. But, you know, maybe they got an audience. They should just stick with the animation. They kill it on the animation. Frozen 2 is coming out. I'm pretty sure it's going to make a bunch of money. Like, all this live action stuff, I think they need to stop. But, again, I'm not a Disney exec, and they're probably making tons of money on it, so what do I know? But speaking of all these old Disney movies, because, again, there's more Disney news, because they rule our lives, Disney Plus is going to have their entire movie library.
Well, yeah.
So all the Disney movies is going to be on there. It was kind of like, we kind of suspected that it would be, but now it's confirmed that they're putting all the Disney movies on there.
It'd be some trash if they didn't.
Yeah. I mean, so nothing's going to be locked away in the Disney vault anymore.
I don't really want to see. I have the movies of them I want to see.
I don't. So now I have something to show my son. Like, hey, we have these movies. You can watch it. Although all he wants to do is watch alphabet stuff. So whatever. And last bit of news. Rush Hour. Remember we mentioned. What?
You said moose.
I was going to let it ride, Darren. I was going to let it ride. But apparently Danielle didn't want to let it ride, so.
Whatever. Okay, last bit of news. We talk about the Rush Hour movie? How they're coming out with another one?
No.
Yes, we did.
I think we did. The rumors going around that...
Are they coming out with another one?
Yes, Derek. Yes, they're coming out with another... You're so fired. You're fired.
I don't remember this conversation, but it could be my old age.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, what's the rumor?
There's a rumor coming out that it's going to be a female reboot.
Oh.
Oh, the world is going to explode.
Here's my thing. Now, I'm all for female-led movies, and I think that's fine. It shouldn't really matter as long as you come out with a good movie. It's like, you know, you shouldn't be like, oh, should I have a male lead or a female lead? It's just like, who works for the role, get that person, and put out a good movie. That's the deal. I am all for the inclusion of having female leads because it's something that we really didn't do that much before. It's great that we're doing this now. Can we stop doing this with old franchises, though? How about we make a new franchise with female leads? Like, oh, okay, let's bring back Oceans, but make it female. Let's bring back Ghostbusters, but make it female. Let's bring back Rush Hour, but make it female. It's like, I don't know if that's actually doing justice to women to just be like, oh, well, sure, let's put them in an old franchise.
Right.
Agree,
might as well bring back Gone with the Wind and switch roles.
Let's have women in it. And I just feel like that's not original, and it's not doing no one anyone favors.
Right, that's the key word that you said. It's not original. You're just like you're just doing it because you feel like you should, because the trend is to have female leads instead of coming up with an original movie or a book adaptation, whatever you want. But instead of just doing these role swaps,
why don't they just come up with new movies? Let's just try that.
That's a very good point.
Yeah.
Like, can we get an original movie?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
just
you
want women in lead roles.
It might have been a book, but I mean that's fine. It wasn't a movie out before like that. And
was that good?
I don't know. It was supposed to be like the female James Bond, but I didn't see it. I didn't go watch the movie. I heard it wasn't really.
I think that's the problem. It wasn't good.
Yeah. But still, it was an original movie, something that wasn't out in theaters before. You know, it feels kind of weird. And I'm not including movies like Wonder Woman and Captain Marvel because those are original sources that they pulled up into the movies, which is completely okay. But Ocean's 8, while I actually didn't find a problem with that movie, it's still kind of like, instead of you doing I don't know, a female heist movie, you decided to go, hey, let's make this Oceans, you know, and it's like, why?
Right.
Kind of unnecessary. But if it is a female Rush Hour, I'm probably still going to go see it, cause as long as it's a good movie. That's the most important thing. So, yeah. That's all the news that I've gotten for the week. The main topic of the week is Captain Marvel. So we all saw the movie. Since I already gave my thoughts on it. My thoughts have changed a little bit since I gave my review. But let's hear what you guys thought. First, Derek, why don't you tell us what the movie was about?
Okay. The movie, just like the trailer,
No
pretty
spoilers,
much.
by the way, for the first part of this, so we should keep the spoilers out for our listeners.
So how am I going to tell what the movie is about without spoiling the movie?
What was the movie about?
It's a synopsis. What's it about?
All right,
You know,
well,
the expert they put on the back of the DVD telling you what the movie's about.
Except
Whatever.
okay. Basically, the movie is about, you have this war going on between two alien races. Captain Marvel is part of one called the Kree, and she's super powered, unlike everyone else. And in the midst of the war, she gets caught, sent to Earth. Main premise is she doesn't really remember everything that has happened to her. So a lot of what she knows about herself is told. And basically, when she's here on Earth, they're trying to stop the other alien race from so-called taking over the Earth.
Cool. That's a great explanation. The premise of the movie, like Derek mentioned, is that she is stranded without her memories and she's got to figure out who she is, basically. Pretty cool. What'd you think about the movie, Danielle?
I thought it was good, but not great. I would give it like a 7 out of 10 overall. I think my biggest issue with the movie is that it wasn't. It didn't feel like anything. Like,
It was just something just kind of happened.
like, yeah, like maybe if it wasn't, the fight wasn't big enough or she didn't lose enough. It was just something was missing.
Yeah. It felt like things were kind of just happening, right?
Yeah, and just kind of like, I don't want to say like you knew she was going to win because you know they're going to win in every movie. It just, I don't know. Maybe I didn't question how she was going to do it.
Yeah. I think I figured out what was missing, and I'm going to talk about it a little bit later as the reason why it feels like there's an emptiness kind of to the movie after you're done watching it. And I've got an idea of why that is. But I'm going to save that for a little bit later. But Derek, what are your thoughts on the movie?
I thought it was a good movie. From what I was expecting out of the movie, I think it filled my expectation. I wasn't expecting a lot. I wasn't expecting it to be like an Iron Man or Thor or Captain America movie. So that's how I came into viewing the movie. So for me, I would say that it was a 7 out of 10, maybe slightly higher. If we want to rate it like DJ over here, you know, a 7.6, 7.7. But
That seems way too high for this movie.
Yeah.
But I say a 7 out of 10.
I rate how much I like it by, like, do I want to see it again?
Right.
And my thing is no. And, like, if it came on TV, would I watch it? No.
No?
No.
I will watch it if it came on TV. And honestly, I will watch it again, but only to watch it again to see what other parts that I have missed that had connection to other movies.
Yeah.
That would be my reasoning to watch it again.
See, now I have almost all of the Marvel movies, barring Doctor Strange and a couple of other ones. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I would want to buy this. Except for I might do it when I'm doing like my Marvel movie marathons sometimes that I like to do. So I'm not sure. But then again, it might be on Disney Plus, so may not have to. But I mean, I guess I might watch it again. I mean, not in theater. I'm definitely not gonna watch it again in theater. But yeah, if it came on TV, I think I would stop and watch it.
I wouldn't.
No,
No.
Yeah.
it's interesting because you seem to like the movie more than I did.
I mean, I do. It's not a bad movie by any means, but it's just like I have no desire to see it again.
Yeah. I don't like. Okay, Infinity War. I was like, oh, let me watch this again and again. Even Ant-Man and the Wasp, like when that came out on DVD, I was like, oh yeah, let me get this because I enjoyed watching the movie. It was fun, so I'm like, let me watch.
I mean, like that's how I feel. Like I seen Avengers a ton of times. Mm-hmm. You know, the Winter Soldier I seen 1,000 times.
Yes, best movie.
Captain Marvel does not fall in that category.
No, it's kind of like
No.
Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, I've seen that once. It's better
No,
than
huh?
Incredible Hulk. By the
I
way.
wouldn't say it that
It
bad.
is better than Incredible Hulk. I will give you. No, I'm saying that. I'm saying with the like kind of watchability. It's like, oh, okay, I guess I'll watch it.
That was harsh.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm being hard on the movie.
You definitely are.
Okay, so that's kind of our general consensus for everybody on the movie. What did you like about it? Like, how was the acting and everything in it, and how did you feel about, you know?
I thought Samuel Jackson was pretty good,
Oh yeah,
and I think I'm glad that he finally got to do something in these movies besides yell.
yeah, he did have some action scenes, right? Yeah, that was
Right.
pretty
Yeah,
good.
so I was surprised at how much I liked him in the movie.
He was one of the.
I
best
felt
parts.
that the chemistry between Samuel Jackson and Brie Larson was good. As you brought out in your review earlier, the buddy cop role that they had, I thought was pretty good. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, they had some good chemistry. That was,
Yeah.
I still found her boring at times,
she was. That's the second point
and
of
I don't
issue
think
I
it
have
was
with
so
this
much
movie.
as the writing as her.
I'm gonna get to that because I don't think it's completely her either. I'm gonna kind of get to that in our spoiler talk, as to why or right before the spoiler talk. So that's one of the two reasons. I might have a third of what I think hurt the movie, and that is part of it. Because there was times when Brie Larson brought so much charisma to the character, but then there are times where it's like.
At what point was she charismatic?
And there were some with her and Nick Fury. I thought some of those were, but then there are some other bland times. So I've heard some critics say that they think she's miscast. I don't know. I want to see how she works in Infinity War, like what the Russo brothers do with her. Before I make
Endgame.
Endgame. Sorry. I want to see how she does in that movie before I make a judgment on whether or not she's miscast for the role. Because
True.
there's too many.
Yeah,
other
you
conversations.
definitely got to see her with the other cast members.
Okay, but right now my vote is in her being miscast.
Okay.
I don't feel she is miscast either.
We'll see what happens. I just want to give it a chance before I do that. So she has a second movie. If we kind of have the same feelings about her in that, then I'm gonna say she's miscast. But they're not gonna recast her, so
They could.
no.
I see. Right now, I feel like
Marvel
I
doesn't
don't
like
want
to
a
do
sequel.
that. You don't want a sequel? I don't think she. What do you do in a Captain Marvel sequel?
Yeah, I feel like there's no need.
She's got to be a character in Avengers movies only, because, like, who does she fight by herself?
I don't know, but maybe you can introduce like the Fantastic Four.
But she's so much stronger than them.
Yeah. She's way stronger than the Fantastic Four. She can't fight against them.
I know, but the Skrull are also the Fantastic Four villain.
Oh, so she fight against more Skrull?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright, yeah, that's a possibility. So introduce the Fantastic Four in a Captain Marvel movie? I feel like they would want to do the origin of Fantastic Four, or it's been done twice
had that
already.
too.
It's been done so many times. We know how they become the Fantastic Four.
Okay.
Like, I like how Marvel did with Spider-Man. We don't need an origin story of Spider-Man. We all know how it goes.
Yeah.
Uncle Ben gets shot.
Yeah.
Sorry if I sounded insensitive to all you Spider-Man fans out there about Uncle Ben.
Yeah, wow. Okay, so yeah, they could do something like that. Or if her solo movies in space, that might be better. Like, she goes up against Silver Surfer or something like that.
Silver Surfer will kick the
Dude. Now, if anybody is like overly powered, will be Silver Surfer.
Yeah, but wouldn't that make a good movie? A movie is always better when your hero's not stronger than everybody.
But she
True.
will never win. So you saying her movie ends with her losing?
Well, Silver Surfer isn't bad, so then,
they team up together and fight Galactus?
I don't know.
That's the only way it ends.
I'm not sure. Maybe she's trying to
Daniel
save
has a point.
Maybe she's trying to save a planet of aliens, right? And then in the end, instead of beating Silver Surfer, she convinces him to send Galactus elsewhere.
Does she even fight Galactus / Civil Warfare in her stories?
I don't know.
No, she doesn't.
Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know what that. we just screw all kind of words and names up tonight.
Okay, so some of you like the characters in the movie. I thought that was good too. It worked. The Skrull to me were like one of the best parts of this movie. They were really good.
They were
Yeah,
funny. There were good parts with them. I liked it.
Yeah.
I did too.
Then let's see. What about like cinematography? How did you think the movie looked?
Okay. I didn't think it was great. Mm-hmm. But I thought it was cool.
Yeah, it was okay. I thought it was interesting. I watched one review recently, and he brought out how the color grading. Apparently, Marvel has a color grading issue, and I didn't really notice. But he put two scenes next to each other. It was the train scene from the Wolverine, and the train scene from this one. And the Wolverine train scene has so much color in it, it was vibrant, and the scene kind of stood out. And this was just bland.
You think maybe that has something to do with location?
Maybe, I don't know. But yeah.
I mean, we talking about a train station in LA? It's not very vibrant.
Yeah, true. Yeah. So, but I mean,
My thing is really,
what?
like this is what you cause an issue with.
We just saying.
Well, I didn't say it was an issue, but yes, coloring in a movie it's a thing. It's part of cinematography.
I did think that the Kree world that they were on, or wherever when they were trying to say that guy, I thought that was really dark.
Yeah, that was kind of dark. Yeah, I don't know what that was. Like where they traveled, that whole thing was dark.
It was very dark, hard to see dark.
But the beginning of the movie, those were some of the best parts. Like her, she was in a situation in the beginning of the movie, and she had to fight her way out of it. That whole action scene was excellent. I thought that was great. in the beginning with the Kree. Not the Kree, the Skrull. She was on a Skrull ship. Yeah, that was excellent. And yes, Derek, I'm sorry, but color grading and stuff does matter in a movie. It actually does change the engagement with the audience, and also how it makes you feel when you're watching the movie. There's a lot of stuff.
Okay.
I didn't say that it was a problem. I was just noticing a difference between the two movies. But a lot of critics complain about the colors in Marvel, apparently. I thought her suit looked great. I mean, it looks pretty cool.
It's a suit. I didn't think it looked dumb. I didn't think it was fantastic, but I feel like it's what you could do with a Captain Marvel suit.
Yeah. I like the story of the movie. I think the story was good. I think there were some things they could have done to execute it a little better. But the general story, even with how it ended, I thought that was really good.
Yeah, no, the plot was fine. Yeah.
So, cool. Derek, what did you think about the story? Was it? Did you think it was good, or?
I thought the story plot was good. I thought it was. I mean, for what the purpose of what they were trying to get to, I thought that it was done well. Mm-hmm. Like, it wasn't confusing. It wasn't all over the place. You didn't have any, like sometimes you watch a movie and then you'd be like, what was the purpose of them doing that? Right. It was like, it wasn't none of those in the movie. So I thought the plot was well written.
Yeah, I could see like everywhere they went and the reason for what they were doing. That was well done. I agree with what you're saying there. There wasn't any
no giant plot holes and nothing. It was fine.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah. So I guess at this point we talk about spoilers because it's a little hard to dance around all the stuff that happens in the
movie. I'm having a hard time.
We know.
Yeah, we can hear because you're having a hard time. That's fine. Because apparently he can't talk about color grading in the movie.
I'm not interested in color grading.
Okay. I'll ask this. Do you think Avengers look better than Batman v Superman? Because there's a big difference in color in those two movies.
Yes, I would say that the Avengers looked better than Batman v Superman.
It's one of the biggest problems with the movie. A movie being all gray doesn't make you feel great. I'm just saying.
I get you.
All right, so spoilers from here on out for Captain Marvel. So let's jump into it. Story. We start off, I think... Where do we begin here? I don't know.
The beginning?
The beginning of the movie. So we start off...
Let's start off the credits.
We start off with... Captain Marvel being on the Kree homeworld already as Captain Marvel. She has her powers and everything. I think I know what they're going with that, and because they want her to go through the movie not knowing who she is, and to figure that out. That can work in some movies. It worked in The Bourne Identity, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if they executed it as well with this.
I think it's because it's not surprising.
Yeah.
And, her quest to figure out who she was didn't seem, I don't want to say desperate enough. You know what I mean? It felt like there was nothing at risk that she never figured out who she was.
Yeah. That's falling into one of my 2 points that I'm going to point later. So, let's, no, you can talk about it, but I'm taking that, and it's that falls into one of the reasons I think there is an issue with the movie. So you're right. The audience knows the whole time who she is, and we're just waiting for her to figure it out. And we don't feel any kind of desperation in that.
Well, I think it's because she wasn't desperate. You know what I mean? If she never finds out she would go back to, what's it, Hala that she was living on?
Holla, yeah.
And live that same life she was living.
Yeah.
Like, even when she found out who she was, it didn't really change anything.
Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah, I'm going to mention it. So, one of my first points is the character of Captain Marvel didn't go through any change in this movie. And from a story writing perspective, that's really bad. Your protagonist has to go through an arc. She didn't go through an arc at all. She started off one way and ended the same way. Even though she had the whole I didn't know who I was, it didn't matter to her, it didn't seem like.
I think what they try to do, and I don't think they hit it, and I know this is like at the end, it's like when she discovered that they were hindering her power, and she was actually stronger than she thought it was.
Yeah.
I think that was supposed to be like her becoming moment.
Yeah, but you didn't feel it.
No.
Yeah. So, and it's like part of not having your protagonist go through a character arc is that the audience doesn't relate to them. So, and I feel, because you mentioned it before, it felt like something's missing, and it's because we didn't have an attachment to Captain Marvel. So in the end, it didn't matter. Like it's just like we're watching this stuff happen and unfold before us, but it's like, okay, you know. So it's fun to watch. Like, it was some cool stuff in the movie. It's funny. But you actually got more attachment to the Skrulls than you did to your main character. So,
I would agree.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's one of the issues I feel with the movie.
I see what you're talking about with that.
Yeah, I just feel like, I don't know, maybe I was like, I didn't like her, but I liked everyone else so much more.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody else was so much more likable. And that's why I say I want to see what the Russo brothers do, because they do really good characters. Like, they really do. So I want to see how they handle her. Because, yeah, with this movie, it's like like you said, it seems like she could go back and live on the Kree homeworld and be okay. Like, it's just... somebody mentioned something, and this makes so much sense. Like, she spent 6 years with the Kree, right? And... you know, some of those people she were at least some kind of friends with, they were joking before their first mission. And then by the end of it, it was just like, oh, I have to kill these people now. And I'm just okay with it.
That's a good point. Like, they were a team.
Yeah.
They were all part of the Star First. And then every member of that team betrayed her. And it was not, first of all, it wasn't surprising. Not a single person on that team said, oh, we shouldn't do this to her. And she had no problem whatsoever with everyone, like, trying to kill her.
Yeah. See, there should have been a more emotional thing put in between her and her team.
Especially, like, Jude
Jude
Law.
Law? Yeah, because she definitely had a connection with him.
Right. And it was just nothing.
Yeah.
It was like, oh,
Well, maybe it's because everybody knew that it was a lie when it came to her.
But she should have an emotional
that's
journey
what we're
with
saying.
Yeah.
Like, she didn't react anyway. But I still felt like the whole team
Yeah.
were in on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe
Yeah.
it's how it go down in the comic. I don't know.
I don't know, but I think they should have put... Well, one, the Star Force wasn't... Their characters weren't developed at all. We saw them in the beginning.
No, it wasn't. Yeah.
We saw them in the beginning, and they came back in the end. And that was it.
And then they all died.
And then they all died. Easily.
Yeah.
Which I don't have a problem with it being easy for her to beat them. But it would have had more of an impact if she had a struggle with it, because especially like her fight with Jude Law. Yeah, it's funny to go like, he's like, oh, fight me, and then she just blasts him. Okay, yeah, that's funny, but
She should have struggled.
this was her mentor. She should be torn up about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, one day Alfred betrays Batman.
Yeah.
It's like Batman can beat him, but it's Alfred.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Batman will still put them hands on. Like,
I think Batman's an emotional person.
Yeah.
He would struggle with that.
You could be like, Alfred, why? Why, Alfred? But yeah, I feel like there should have been more of an emotional journey for the main character, and she had to me, I feel like that is a directing issue. well, that part's a writing issue, but I feel like we have a directing issue too. Like you mentioned, she was just bland in some parts. I felt like some of Nick Fury's lines didn't work either, and some of the other characters' lines didn't work either. And I felt like that was more the directing. I think this is the first time Marvel got an independent director for a movie, and they couldn't make it work.
Yeah.
So, I think those were the biggest things. That's my gripes about the movie. It's a lot of fun in it, but, you know, I don't know. By the end of the movie, how do you have to kill all your friends and you're just laughing at it while you're doing it?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, that should have been the serious part. I mean, Civil War ended on.
But maybe she realized that they really wasn't her friends.
But my thing is, if you have someone who you think is your friend
for 6 years,
even if you realize the entire time they were playing you, that would hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would.
Fair.
As far as everyone going afraid that she's just going to come in and beat Thanos, I don't think so. She hasn't shown anything in this movie that says she can just go and flat out beat Thanos. Like, let's compare some things. You had Thor in Infinity War, took a star to the chest, and is still kicking it. And
it had nothing on Thanos.
Yeah. And then she, on the other hand, just flew through some ships and shot some laser beams. Thor can fly through ships and destroy them. So, like, I don't see how it's like, oh, she's the most powerful character. Like, she may be, but we haven't been shown this yet. So, you know.
No, and I don't think that she can single-handedly beat him.
No.
I don't. I think it would take her and some creativity to get this done.
Yeah. Yeah. Because, I mean, yeah, Thanos handled Thor in the beginning of that movie.
I mean, he handled Hulk.
Yeah.
And that was before he got all the, I wanted to call them rings, but that's not it.
Infinity Stones?
Yes.
Yeah. So, that I don't think is going to happen. A lot of people talked about the cat in this movie.
The cat was funny.
It was funny. I thought so. At first watching it, I didn't know if they were really going to make it the alien. But it was so funny, like, when it was a scene where they, like, panned down and just showed the cat. And I'm like, okay. Because, like, they were just playing this thing the whole time, keep on focusing on the cat. And so the cat's an alien, which I think works.
Yeah, I thought it worked well.
Yeah.
And I think, since I don't read comics, and if I read comics, I'd have known about this cat. Mm-hmm. And I'd have known about Jude Law's character. But I don't read comics. So, like, the entire time I was saying, like, I think this cat's an alien.
Oh.
But they weren't showing it, so I'm like, oh, maybe it's just a cat.
Yeah. Oh, what about when the scroll came in and said...
Like,
oh,
it's
yeah.
like, it's a flocking.
It's like, that's not a cat.
Yeah. So get that thing away from me.
Let me talk about, first of all, I really do like, I'm probably the only person, but I really do like the fact that the Skrull were not the villains in this movie, and we went in thinking that they were.
Yes. Yeah. I'm definitely on board with that. I thought that was cool.
Yeah, that was a surprise. Like, we all knew going in that, okay, yes, the Kree brainwashed her, whatever. We all knew that, but we still thought that the Skrull...
But yeah. Yep.
So that was good. And Ben Mendelsohn's Talos, hilarious. He was great.
Mm-hmm.
He was great. It's like, am I supposed to know where you're gonna put? Because Maria was like, I'm gonna put my foot somewhere it doesn't belong. He's like, you're supposed to guess where that is.
Yeah, yeah. Or when he was sneaking everybody on the ship, and he was like, just like, was it
Havana.
Haiti or Honduras?
Havana.
Okay, all off.
Oh, boy.
But he was just like Havana. So it was just like, because he's still thinking like this is the real story. Yeah. So yeah, his character was great.
Yeah, I really liked their characters. So that was pretty cool. First, we didn't mention the beginning of the movie with the Stan Lee little tribute they did. That
Yeah.
was nice.
Yeah. Got a little teary.
Our theater got applause. Well deserved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I had the Denzel Washington glory teardrop.
Oh my goodness. The people watching our podcast don't know what glory is.
Everyone should know what glory is.
I'm about to say everybody should know glory.
It
You
depends on
haven't
how
seen
old
it,
they
see
are.
it.
I don't know. They don't give me ages. I don't know how old our listeners are.
It doesn't matter. It's one of those movies everyone should see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
If you haven't watched Glory, starring Denzel Washington,
Don't tell no
Take some time
13-year-old
out.
to go watch Glory.
watch it.
It's a part of life. Watch that movie.
Yeah.
Anyhow. So the Stan Lee tribute was really good. And then his cameo, apparently that was alluding to a movie he was in like 1995 or something like that. And he had a role. And it looked like he was practicing for that role on the train.
Oh.
Which means he was Stan Lee in that movie. Which means the creator of Marvel now exists in the Marvel Universe.
Yeah.
Reading a line to cameo in a movie. So
That's what's up.
yeah, we got that. The first fight scene with her on the scroll ship, where she had her hands kind of in those things, that was great. Like, like when I was in the theater at that point, I'm like, oh, this movie's gonna be good, you know, because I don't know, I thought it was well executed.
Oh, it was a good fight scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
And, you know, they depowered her. She couldn't use her powers, which, you know, worked
Yeah.
for that one. But yeah, that was a pretty good fight scene. So, yeah. I guess that's about it.
Whoa, we ain't gonna talk about how Nick Fury loses his eye?
Really?
Oh, the cat scratches his eye out. What?
He damaged his eye first in a car accident.
First in the car accident.
Yeah, but that didn't make him lose his eye.
Did you see how red his eye was?
And swollen.
Yeah.
The cat scratched his eye out.
His eye
people
was
kept-
already
and they-
damaged.
Right, and they kept asking him about his eye throughout the movie. And they kept like, man, you need to really get that checked out.
I thought it was a good point that he lost his eye in this movie.
Yes.
I thought that it was funny that the cat scratched his eye out. That it was funny.
Yeah.
I thought it was fine, actually. The last time he trusted someone, he lost an eye, and it was the cat.
Yeah.
And Coulson.
And Coulson.
Can we talk about how disappointing he was in this movie?
Yeah, well, he wasn't in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, Coulson
He-
wasn't in this movie at all.
No, he wasn't.
I was like, oh,
No, he wasn't.
I thought we would have
Then he
more
had like
Coulson.
2 lines, and they were like really awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. But
Yeah.
yeah, that Coulson reveal, when they revealed that Coulson was a Skrull, like, that was
Dude,
surprising.
yeah.
I wanted more of that in this movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, it should have been more of surprise. I'm not the person you
I
thought
was
I
expecting
was.
more of the Winter Soldier when they found out like half the people was Hydra. Mm-hmm. I was expecting something like on that line,
Yeah,
and it was just
Yeah.
like he was in the elevator. It's like, oh, my boss is a Skrull,
yeah.
and it was just it.
That was the only 2 times it happened.
Yeah, but I was expecting more.
Yeah, like it should have been. I don't know. They should have been around someone, or like when they first got to Maria's house. What if she was a Skrull? Her and the daughter was a Skrull.
Oh,
at that
yeah.
point. Like
Yeah,
that would
I was expecting more of the invasion.
yeah.
Yeah. But they did say that this was not the Skrull invasion, though,
Still,
before the movie came out.
Now there's a question: are they gonna do Secret Invasion?
I think they should. And that can be like,
Yeah.
you know, Avengers.
Hey,
6
that could be
or 5.
Captain Marvel, too.
No, she needs
No.
more people. It has to be an Avengers
If
movie.
it's a Secret Invasion, it's got to be like Captain Marvel is a Skrull and we didn't know.
Yeah, like,
You know?
Oh,
it
yeah.
gotta be
That,
like her
wow,
and the
that'd be
X-Men
sweet.
or something.
Yeah. Wow, that'd be sweet, though.
Yeah. Except for they probably want to do somebody else because they can't copy powers. So
They can't?
No, only the
True.
Super Scroll can copy powers or something like that.
No, he only has the power of the Fantastic Four.
No, he can copy a lot of powers. Because there are more than one Super Scroll. Pretty sure.
So,
All right.
wait a minute. So if they
I'll
can't
look into
copy
it.
powers, how did they get away with that so long?
Well, I don't. It depends on who you are. Like if you're a Skrull and you're pretending to be Captain America, that works.
But he's strong. Are they
Skrull
strong?
is strong. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
They're stronger than humans.
Okay. So they didn't copy anyone with powers.
Maybe I didn't read Secret Invasion, so I'm not sure. I should look up on that. Or Wikipedia. Wikipedia Secret Invasion and see what happened. Well, maybe that's something we could talk about in the future, Secret Invasion.
Secret Invasions?
Does that mean I have to read this?
Well, you don't want to go to the library to get your comics.
First of all, I don't go to the library to get comics. I just know they're there.
Whatever.
Let's get that. I go to the library to get books.
Whatever, okay. So, use your library card.
You say that with like such disdain.
Being
He
cool
did.
hard when you got a library card.
Okay.
If anyone can name that reference. Yeah, so I mean, if we want to do it, it's not set in stone, but it'd be interesting to learn about Secret Invasion. I think it'd be pretty cool. Something to talk about. And it seems like that's something they might do in the movies. What comic is Endgame based off of?
I don't know.
End of the Infinity Gauntlet.
I don't think so. The Infinity War was based on Infinity Gauntlet.
How does it end?
With Thanos in a crop field with his armor hung up.
In the comic, how does
I
it
know.
end? That's how it ends.
Yeah. I
Well,
mean,
they
he
have to-
lost, though. So they changed it.
Well, my thing is, however they beat him in the comic, it's how Endgame is.
Oh, with Captain America standing there, as long as one of us is standing, something or another.
You read this?
No, I just saw like bits and pieces of the comic.
Okay.
I don't know who beat Thanos then.
I think the universe or the galaxy.
What,
or
Eternity?
something big.
Okay, because I think a lot of the Celestials got involved.
Yeah, it's like everyone got involved because everyone was losing.
Yeah,
Like I think Silver Surfer got involved and he lost, and
yeah. He beat a lot of people. Adam Warlock was there.
yeah. I really wish the Silver Surfer could show up in this movie.
Oh, that's somebody Captain Marvel could fight. Adam.
I don't know nothing about this person.
He's super strong.
Okay.
Yeah, he is. Yep.
See,
All right, so I looked up for Super Scroll,
Uh-huh.
and he does not copy people's powers. They are just made to have certain people's powers from Earth, of their heroes.
Oh.
So the main Super Scroll, he just has the powers of Fantastic Four, along with shape-shifting abilities. But they said that all Super Scrolls that they have created are immune to Wolverine senses, Doctor Strange's magic, Spider-Man Spider Sense, Professor X. I gotta say that word. I can't get that today.
What?
I don't know what you're saying. I'm not reading it.
Yeah.
Professor X telepath.
Okay.
Telepathy?
Yeah, there we go. Thank you. And Iron Man's. I said I couldn't get the word today, and I
It's
wasn't trying.
telepathy.
And
it's not a hard word.
some words are hard for people to pronounce.
Literally looks like telepathy.
And Iron Man's technology.
So they're undetectable,
Yes.
but they don't have the powers.
So when they take over, when they're pretending to be somebody, they can't be detected.
Yeah.
But that's only Super Scrolls that cannot be detected.
I want to see that movie where half the Avengers are been infiltrated by the
Yeah.
soldiers.
And there is one that has the powers of Colossus, Cyclops, Nightcrawler, and Wolverine, which that is ridiculous.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And
That's
then you have
overpowered.
another
He's
one
got,
that has the power.
adamantium skeleton and a metal exoskeleton,
Yeah. And shoots.
and he can teleport.
And teleport. Dude, that is ridiculous. And you have one that has the power of Daredevil, Elektra, and Cloak and Dagger.
I don't see the point.
Apparently, I guess they only get powers in fours, because it's always 4 people.
Why Daredevil and Elektra? Just choose one of them. Just Daredevil. Elektra doesn't have any powers.
Probably because they're always together.
Yeah,
Probably. Yeah, that's probably what it is.
and then Cloak and Dagger. So that's just teleportation and light daggers.
Yeah, that's not as cool. I mean, they can fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
But you
cool.
said it.
Yeah.
Oh, no, Super Scrolls have the powers. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
The regular scrolls don't.
Yeah. But of whatever they're trained on, that's the person's powers that they have. So like they can, so it looks like in Secret Invasion, the ones that were part of the Super Scrolls that had certain people's powers, they pretended to be that person because they already have their powers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that makes sense.
And have Wolverine's powers and then
Yeah.
Psylocke. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. And I think you made mention of this, that there is a scroll for on the Runaways.
yeah. They didn't
Yeah.
call her Scroll,
Yeah.
but
she is one.
character is one, yeah. And she
Yeah, she has the power of the Fantastic Four, but unlike Super Scroll, she only can use one of their powers at a time. She can't use them all together.
So she is a Super Scroll though?
She is, yeah, she's listed as a Super Scroll.
Oh. Wow. That's interesting. We'll see what happens in the next season of Runaways then.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, I'll say
That's pretty dope.
about our review of Captain Marvel. Unless you guys have anything else to say about the movie.
I did want to make mention that because I watched Captain America Winter Soldier today, and with Nick Fury making mention of the line that the last time he trusted somebody, he lost an eye.
Uh-huh.
So I thought that was a good reference.
Yeah.
And about the Tesseract.
Which part?
Well, the thing, what I have about the Tesseract, and I'm like, maybe I need to go back and watch other movies, and me and Danielle talked about this earlier today, is just, okay, how did she get the Tesseract? And there's loopholes about Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. Because, like, when you got Iron Man, they're not known as S.H.I.E.L.D., but Captain Marvel takes place before Iron Man even starts.
I said that a long time ago because Peggy Carter started S.H.I.E.L.D. and I'm like, in Iron Man, but that was the first movie. So that's just a small plot thing. So they were S.H.I.E.L.D. in Iron Man. Let's just say Coulson was being dumb.
No, I think it's because, well, at least they didn't think not they didn't think it worked. They wasn't sure how it was going to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, this was the first,
Yeah.
and then it's like, now that we have a universe, we can have a whole backstory.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the only thing that didn't fit.
Yeah, the Tesseract actually does fit.
I still trying to figure out how she got her hands on it.
So here's what happened with the Tesseract. The Asgardians had it, and they had brought it to Earth when the Norse people were worshiping them as gods. And they gave it to them for safekeeping on Earth, which it was kept in the church. Red Skull got his hands on it. That's Captain America. It drops into the ocean. Howard Stark finds it. Howard Stark's not a part of S.H.I.E.L.D. S.H.I.E.L.D. didn't exist then, so that means it's in government hands.
But doesn't he? It sounds like he gave it to S.H.I.E.L.D.
But think about it.
Because how does it end up with
S.H.I.E.L.D. wasn't around when he found it. S.H.I.E.L.D. didn't exist.
Okay, but it ends up whenever S.H.I.E.L.D. becomes S.H.I.E.L.D., they have it.
Yeah,
exactly.
because how does Marvel get it?
Now that we have Captain Marvel, yes, Shield eventually gets it, but it's not as soon as we thought. So it's in government hands. They had it at the government facility that Mar-Vell worked for because she worked for the government, and that's how she got her hands on it. And then she took it, did what she did with it. End of Captain Marvel, it ends up with Shield.
I feel like it was not clear to me how Mar-Vell got it.
Yeah, I mean, it still kind of fits in.
I mean, I know it fits in because I know Howard Stark found it after Red Skull lost it. I just felt like it wasn't clear on how she got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my only thing. Yeah.
Yes, and then I was questioning, like, in Avengers, did Nick Fury act like this was brand new? But he didn't.
No, he didn't.
Because I watched that this weekend, and he was talking like they had this thing the entire time, and it's no surprise.
Mm-hmm.
Except when he was talking to Captain America, and he was telling him that Howard Stark fished it out of the ocean, and blah, blah, blah.
Oh, yeah.
There's a little gap there.
It kind of still fits because would Nick Fury tell him all of the stuff that happened? He's the spy, right? Would he tell them all the stuff that happened with Captain Marvel? Or would he go, Howard Stark got it?
Yeah, maybe.
I mean...
Yeah, he wouldn't tell him.
He wouldn't tell him. So it kind of still falls in line, I think.
Yeah,
I mean,
because that was the main thing with Captain America and Nick Fury. Captain America gets upset because Nick Fury never tells him everything.
Right.
And that was the issue in the first, in Captain America, Winter Soldier, and in Civil War.
Yeah.
Is that Nick Fury knew things and knew about things, but never disclosed them. Or all of what he knew.
Yeah. So, I mean, that works out.
Yeah. Because, he's supposed to be a spy, right?
Yeah.
Like Danielle said.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I think they could have left is Nick Fury coming up with the name Avengers Initiative because...
I don't know why you hate that so much. It's fine.
So stupid.
I like that. I like that.
It's fine.
I like that. And I like that with the nod with Captain Marvel. Oh, I like that. I thought that was on point.
Oh, I like the nod with Captain Marvel because he kept saying Marvel and she was like, it's Mar-Vell.
No, I think it's fine. I don't know why. It just feels like he had this idea for a while.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And then now,
and they've been looking for people all this time. Yeah. And they've been looking for people all this time with powers because what did he say in Avengers 1? We're fighting a battle with people who are clearly more outmatched than we are.
Yeah, and he's not surprised that there's aliens either in the
right. Mm-hmm. Yep.
One thing that I think works, and I don't know why people keep questioning this, like, oh, why didn't he call Captain Marvel any other times? But if he put together the Avengers team, because in Captain Marvel's movie he said, she's gone off into space and to do whatever. Mm-hmm. We need to find more people. So he didn't call Captain Marvel because he thought that the team they had could handle the situation.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I felt like there was no reason for the official days they were fighting the Chitauri, right? Mm-hmm. He didn't need Captain Marvel for that.
No.
He didn't need Captain Marvel for Ultron.
Right.
So there was no reason to call her until now. When people half the world is dying.
Yeah. And it's apparent that the Avengers couldn't take care of the situation.
The situation, yep.
You figure how fast everything was happening.
Yeah.
It's that was all in a day.
Yeah, that movie was one day. So
yeah, there was a lot.
And Thanos, he only appeared on Wakanda. It's not like he came to. The only people came to New York was his children.
Yeah,
and they lost.
And supposedly Iron Man and Spider-Man and Doctor Strange was supposed to take care of that situation.
Yeah. And
then they ended up in space, so they weren't even there no more.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you heard they were like they couldn't get in contact with Stark, because they were trying to figure out what was going on. I'm pretty sure Shield knew what was going on in Wakanda because
Well, it's Shield, yeah. But I'm saying is that so much was happening, and then you don't realize like what's at stake until it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I do wonder, did she spend 25 years in space helping us?
Apparently,
and do you not age when you're in space?
Maybe because
maybe her powers doesn't cause her. Yeah, that's all I was going to say.
But I think they said they explained it in Endgame what she was doing. Apparently, she was helping other aliens and stuff
for 20 years.
Whatever. Hey.
Why does she need to come back to Earth?
Because she found out she's human now.
Hey, we all
her
said
BFF
it. She seemed like she probably went back to live on Hala because that's what she would do since she didn't change as a person. But yeah. Well, okay. So that's our review of Captain Marvel. I guess I give it a 7 along with everybody else.
It's not a 6.8?
No. I guess I give it a 7. It's a B- in my opinion.
I would agree.
Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah.
That being said, real quick, you guys, what you doing? Danielle, what you doing?
So, I bought The Sims 4.
What?
It was $5.
Okay.
Actually, it was like $4.50.
Yeah.
And I felt like, oh, it's so cheap. Why not?
Is it good?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I like the create a sim part. I think that's great. I like the build and buy mode. Yeah, it's okay. I only played it once, so it's kind of hard to say.
Is it better than 3?
At this point, I don't think it's better than 3.
3 is hard to beat with the open world. Like, that was the best part of 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like 3 had the open world, it had more things. And I only have the base game, so it's not a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I think they got some where you can go to their jobs. Like, not a lot of the old sim games did that. So, except for 3, kind of did with some of their...
Yeah, and I think there's an expansion pack that allows that, but I don't have that. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I do think, like, the toddlers are a lot better. They do things and they learn skills on their own, which is great. You don't have to sit down and teach them to talk.
Okay.
Well, yeah, how do toddlers learn to talk? They learn from listening to you.
Yeah, so it's kind of like that. It's like they learn how to walk by walking. They gain a thinking and an imagination skill from playing. Mm. So I think, like, that's kind of cool. There's a lot of different social interactions, but I feel like there's not a lot of bad things that happen. Because, like, I torture my Sims.
Oh, God, okay.
Well, I mean, not like that, but, like, I was trying to, like, what's the worst I can do? And so, like, my husband was married, and then I had her, like, be with someone else. And then, like, on the third one, you could, like, confess to cheating. Or, they realize, like, this person was cheating on me. Mm-hmm. There was, like, none of that.
No?
They're, like, always happy.
So, like, the first Sims. Sims 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's okay.
Well, I'm glad I didn't buy it.
I mean, for $4.50, I mean...
Yeah, I guess that's not too bad.
I can't go wrong.
Derek, what you doing?
Yeah, it's funny. Me and Danielle must be on the same page with stuff. I was playing Age of Empires. I broke that out.
Wow.
Yeah, and
I think it's like a new one out.
Probably.
I think so, and I think that's what made me play the old one. I don't know, like maybe an ad came up on Facebook because you know how that goes, or if I saw it on TV or something. I don't know, but something made me think of it, and I was already on the computer, and it's still on the computer.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, let me try this out, and I did, and it's still fun to play. It's still fun to play. But as I was playing it, though, I was thinking, like, man, is there a recent one with better graphics?
Yes and no.
Yes and no. 3 had better graphics, but I didn't like 3 as much.
Okay.
I think there's a recent one out. I don't know what the deal is with it, though.
Yeah.
I might have to check that out. Like, hey, we should all get on a lobby and play Age of Empires.
I think I have a recent-er one.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like a remaster. I know they remastered too.
Hold
or
on,
something like that.
Let me look at this. This is gonna...
Yeah, we definitely should look into that.
Yeah, I think
That'll
I
be
have
fun.
one. Oh, wait.
Age of Empires has a real following, though.
Wrong laptop. I don't have any games.
Yeah, we definitely should look into that.
Yeah. So funny you're saying something about a real-time strategy game, because I was looking at it's this game called Stellaris, something like that. And I didn't buy it because it's $40 currently, and I was like, but it looks pretty cool. It's a space game, kind of like, I'm gonna say kind of like Age of Empires because it's real time strategy, but it's in space, so it's a lot different. It's way more complicated, but it looks real interesting. Like, you make your species, and you take over different star systems, but you got to keep the people happy and stuff like that. And you can either be peaceful or fight other people, and it looks really cool.
So it's like Star Wars?
What is it called?
You say it's like Star Wars? You know a Star Wars game like that?
Like Star Wars in general. Don't you fight people in Star Wars? Or...
What?
Yeah.
I guess. It's nothing like... You're just people, though. Like, there's no powers and light swords. I don't get it.
Okay, excuse me.
So yeah, anyway, you get to make a species, you choose, how they generally act, and then as you grow, like, you can take over planets with other species and they kind of join your empire, or you can become allies with other ones, or you can just fight people, and yeah, it looks interesting.
So basically like Age of the Empires, but without space.
Yeah. But way more complicated. I'm going to just give that as a premise because it's way more
Well,
complicated.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So it looks interesting. When that goes on sale, I might pick it up.
Is Civilization a game you can play with other people's?
I don't know. Maybe.
I have Civilization.
I looked for Civilization on the PS4 and it was like $60.
I have Civilization 4.
Oh, okay.
So...
I think this was 5 or something. All right, so yeah, maybe we should do that, and we'll have we'll play against each other or something, and we'll stream it, whatever. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Okay. And you said this is Civilization?
No, I was asking if Civilization was one of those games.
Okay.
I'll look into it. We're Age of Empires. That's always fun.
I gotta see which Age of Empires I have.
Yeah. I'll check it out. Maybe something. But yeah, other than that, that's about it. So we'll catch you guys next week where we'll be talking about the finale of The Gifted. I know it's a little bit late, but still, if you've watched The Gifted and you want to see our thoughts on it, make sure you come and check out the podcast. If you want to reach out to us, you can reach us on 3drivals@gmail.com. Send us an email and we'll check that out. Other than that, thanks you guys for listening and peace out.
Peace out.